Hello, welcome to this video tutorial. My name is Johan van Pijnbroek and I'm working for the company iCare.
In this video tutorial I will show you several options to collect multi-channel measurements into the root mode. First of all, let's take a look to the database and the software, and I will explain you how to configure the database to take multi-channel measurements in the root mode. So in the Machinery Health Manager software, go to Database Setup, go to Tree Structure, and here is a list of machines that are already created in the RBM wizard. If I open the first machine, this is a normal machine with a structure as it's coming from the templates in the wizards. If you select machine level and you go to edit and you go to modify group channels, you will see a screen that is showing that motor outboard horizontal and motor outboard peak view are already in the same group and they are at the same channel, so they will be collected from a signal coming from one accelerometer. This is the next group on your machine, this is the next group on the machine, and this is the next group on the machine, and so on. So in this example, the peak view measurements will be taken always simultaneously with a horizontal mounting signal. Now with the CSI2140 Machinery Health Analyzer, we can do more advanced features and we can use more than 2 channels. So those were the default settings coming out of RBM Wizard, but now let's take a closer look how we can improve it and use the 4-channel capabilities. So in the second machine, it's a copy of the first machine, however I've changed the grouping. So select machine level, go to edit, go to modify group channel, and now you can combine up till 4 channels. If you're working with a triac sensor, group number 1 till 19 is reserved for triac configurations. Starting from group number 20 till 99, those are reserved for individual sensors. In this example we are working with a triac sensor, so your first machine plane, motor 1 or motor outboard, receive everywhere channel group number 1. The next plane on your machine receive number 2, the next plane on your machine, for example fan inboard, receive number 3, and the last plane on your machine, fan outboard, receive group number 4. Then inside the group you have your mounting directions. Inside the triacs there are of course 3 accelerometers installed, one in horizontal, one in vertical, and one in axial direction. So for the channeling you're simply doing 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3 1 2 3. This is done. If you also want to use peak view, and this is an example of the same configuration but now with peak view, go to edit, modify group channels, and the structure is the same except that everywhere motor peak view has the same group info and it has the same channel info as your horizontal point. That means the peak view measurement will be collected coming from your horizontal mounting direction. Now those 2 configurations are for triac sensors. If you're working with 4 separate sensors, you can now measure, for example, motor outboard horizontal, motor outboard vertical, motor inboard horizontal, and motor outboard vertical simultaneously. So how to do the configuration? Go to edit, modify group channels, and as you see, because we are not working with triac sensors but with separate sensors, the group number can start from 20 or 21. So I can measure 4 channels simultaneously, so motor outboard horizontal vertical, motor inboard horizontal vertical are in the same group, and your 4 points on a fan are in the following group. And for the channels you simply configure them 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. if you also want to add peak view measurements on top of that, you can do something special. As you see here, I have now 6 points in the same group and 6 points here. The data collector is 4 channels, so what will happen in reality, he will collect out of those 6 points 4 points simultaneously, and then automatically in a sequence the 2 additional measurements. So you're limited till 4 channels simultaneously. However, if you configure more, he will measure more with only starting the acquisition once. So more or less it creates an illusion that he's even taking 6 measurements simultaneously. All those settings were for roll element bearings. However, you can do similar things for sleeve bearings, and here is an example of a sleeve bearing. So for example, the generator, there are displacement probes installed. I put them in the same group, and here channel 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is a database configuration. We have sent those information to the analyzer, and we will now take a look how it looks on the analyzer. So I will start the machine, so you may hear some additional noise, and on the home screen of the analyzer I go to the root mode, and now I'm in the first machine, and the machine is a normal machine. We are at motor outboard horizontal, and it's grouped. When I push enter, you will see the following. He's taking horizontal, vertical and axial motor outboard simultaneously, and after finishing that he jumps automatically to the inboard. I collect data at the inboard, and he measures horizontal, vertical and axial simultaneously. He jumps to the fan, start measuring, and he collects the 3 measurements simultaneously, and the last plane fan outboard, and your complete machine is done. Now I jump to the next machine. It's the same concept for tracks, sensors, but now peak view is activated as well. So now you see 4 points: peak view, axial, vertical and horizontal. And after collecting data, he jumps automatically to the next plane. So you move your sensor to the next plane and you collect the 4 measurements there. Maybe you have already noticed that during the collection he's showing for the 4 points spectra and waveform simultaneously. So you see during collection the 8 plots. And the triax machines are done. Now I move over to the machines where I have 4 sensors separate. May I ask you to look to this. Here you also see the group and the channel information. So I start acquisition, and now he's measuring motor outboard and inboard, horizontal and vertical simultaneously, and that's already done. So I move to the second component of the machine, the fan. I install the sensors and I start the acquisition, and also here fan inboard and outboard, horizontal and vertical simultaneously. In the next machine I also added the peak view, so now in every plane I have 6 points. So how does it look on the analyzer? You see 4 points are collected now, and automatically the 2 remaining points are collected in a sequence. And 6 measurements are done, and it jumps immediately to the next component. And the machine is done. Now something similar but for sleeve bearings. Start, and he has collected the data everywhere on the turbine. Then I go to the generator and I collect data here. And it's already done. In this tutorial I'm only showing how to collect the data for multi-channels. In other video tutorials there will be also explanation how to analyze already some data immediately on the analyzer.
We are now at the end of this video tutorial. Thank you for watching this tutorial. For more information about iCare and our products, please visit our website or drop an email to one of the following emails. Thank you, have a nice day.